And we're live. Oh, hello. And good morning for a very special episode of What Are We Talking About with Jamie Jakes, where James and I try to make you guys some money, try to pay for your beers, try to pay for your turkey on Thanksgiving Day. That's what we are here to do. I am sitting here with NFL insider James. How you feeling for week 13, buddy?
I am so excited. As the great Megan Thee Stallion once said, gobble me, swallow me. It's turkey time.
It is turkey time, and we're ready to get stuffed full of some winners.
Cash. Stuffed full of straight cash. A cornucopia stuffed full of cash is what I am bringing to the Thanksgiving table this year.
Just raw bills, James, is what we're doing. It's what we're here to pay for our viewers. Let's recap last week very quickly. You and I are tied 6-6 in our weekly matchup, and I am still the holder of the hammer and truth and justice because I won it last year, but it's still mine. During the regular season, I won it. Crushed James last year. It is very, very close this year. It looked like I was going to crush you this year. Started the season 5-0, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All of a sudden, you're picking all these winners, James. What's the deal?
Larger sample size for me to gather my data. That's all I can say.
Well, if you want to talk
Tom
about
Brady in the Super Bowl right now, it was 28-3, and all of a sudden, I just threw down a couple screen passes to James White, and we got some touchdowns.
If you want to talk about sample sizes, I'd still track me, but man, oh man, is James hot. Last week, the games that we picked, the Chiefs won and pushed, unfortunately, for me. And I could have told you it was coming. The Chiefs are going to chief, and the referees are going to referee, and the NFL script writers will not allow the Chiefs to go 5-6 to start the season. Just like the script writers for this show should not allow me to lose. So what's the deal, script writers? Let's get on it. Seahawks failed to cover against the Titans thanks to a catch and run on a punt return for a touchdown was the difference in that spread. The game was never in question for the Seattle Seahawks. The Browns win. I disparaged the name of Shedeur Sanders, prime son, who was there live, who is a cancer survivor. So shout out to him. Congratulations to you. The Browns win. Shedeur wins. And it was the best 11 completion game I have ever seen for a debuting rookie quarterback. So shout out to Shedeur Sanders. Get your rollies on and look at him or whatever he's doing with that celebration because you deserve it. Baker Mayfield and the boys fail to win, fail to cover the over, unfortunately. And ouch, did that hurt. Did not like seeing that out of Baker Mayfield.
Just coming straight off the Barca Lounger. Not even, I don't think that guy practiced all week. he just walked in the field and I'm here.
Yeah. Well, he was coaching high school last year, so you can't blame him for his lack of performance. But man, oh man, if you'd have told me that Baker Mayfield was only playing 2 quarters for that game, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't have bet the over, James.
No.
What about the over in the first half, which hit easily? That was easy lemon squeezy.
I know. That was a tough game. The second Baker went down, I went up. Okay. Throw that one in the tank.
And then we also had Monday Night Football, which was a bit of a shit show, James. The Carolina Panthers and the San Francisco 49ers. I had the over in that one too. Didn't cover, despite there being like 14 turnovers in the game. Usually when you get that many turnovers in a game, your cover is a shoo-in. Wasn't the case there. Was disappointed with that one. Any third words to say about any of those games, James? Browns, obviously. Shedeur Sanders, you were backing them.
Always.
And he came through for you. So shout out to Shedeur Sanders.
People know that I have absolutely loved every prospect that come out of the University of Colorado this year. That is a shocking game for sure. Niners right there. 5 interceptions between the 2 quarterbacks. Yikes. I think I was correct in my prediction that Mac Jones should have been starting based off of how Purdy played.
Yeah.
But I also did not expect the Carolina Panthers to get that many turnovers and still somehow not capitalize on it. So that was a brutal beat, and I think that was my least favorite beat of the week. If you're winning the turnover battle that bad, how do you not at least cover 6.5? Oh, well, it is what it is.
It is what it is, and that's sports gambling, James. And we've got a Thanksgiving dish served for all of our viewers today. And I want to take every year we take this opportunity to talk about Thanksgiving and Thanksgiving Day parlays because it's so common to wake up in the morning, crack a cold beer, or maybe crack a creamy beige, put it in your coffee in the morning, sip on that.
A little vodka Red Bull to start the day.
Turn on the TV, just like Stephon Diggs said, watch a parade, and put together a big, tasty 3-game Thanksgiving Day parlay for yourself that day. And I will tell you, this is a PSA to everybody, public service announcement. Do not do that. Do not do that, because you just have to stay sober enough to double down each time. So a manual parlay, meaning you bet a team in the noon slate, they win. You double down. You bet a team in the 3 o'clock slate. You double down again. Bet the over in the night game. You hit all 3 of those manually entering them in between each game, your payout will be like 50% more than if you went into the greedy sports book and said, give me a parlay for A, B, and C. They will pay you out less than what you would have done for just some extra tippy tappies on your computer screen. And it gives you the ability to hedge and stuff like that, obviously, too. So it gives you more freedom for that aspect, kind of like a pseudo cash out in a way, if you would like to.
You could even take profit off the table and make sure you walk away a winner no matter what.
Exactly. So PSA, never do parlays unless you're like looking at it as like, hey, I'm playing the lottery here. I'm literally playing the lottery. Every week I give my $5 donation to the Texas Lottery, the Powerball, the Mega Millions, just in case I hit something big. That is the mindset you have to have going in, that you are donating your money. You are giving your money to the sports books just for a good time, which is fine if that's what you're here for. But we're here for a good time, James, and we're also here to win our viewers money. Is that the mission statement of our project here?
Always.
So we just wanted to get that out of the way and get that done so y'all understand that when you do parlays, you are being extremely dumb. With that being said, friend of the show, JVT, a mutual friend of ours, before I knew him, you knew him.
I know. He went to my CrossFit gym at the old, your favorite CrossFitter, Chase Ingram's gym.
RIP to that gym. Too soon? Okay. Yeah, JVT, by the way, hit a big one. The squarest parlay I've ever seen. Just took favorite times 15, and he got like $15 back. So shout out to him. If he would have done that manually, he would have made a lot more money. But he's got a kid. He doesn't have time to manually enter it, and he's just having a good time. He's rich, obviously. He doesn't have to worry about it. So, moving on.
He's
2 hours slate.
Money, come on.
What'd you say?
Said he's a consultant. He's got money. Got to get that Princeton money too.
Is he a consultant? Does he have a real job? I don't know. A lot of people are wondering. Anyways, moving on to this slate that we've got here, starting with the first game of the week. It's noon, and if you're on the East Coast, it's 11 a.m. You're waking up and watching the Packers play the Lions at Detroit. -2.5 for the Lions. They are the favorites in this one. The over-under's at the 48.5, 49.5. I will say both teams very banged up injury-wise going into this one. What do you got, James?
I will be on the West Coast for this one, so this is going to be early morning. That vodka Red Bull is going to be hitting early. Anyway, wake up and eat a W. That'd be a great way to start the day. I desperately wanted to bet the Detroit Lions in this game. I said, my good friend Jamie's such a big Lions fan. I'd like for his Thanksgiving to be nice. Well, I did some digging into the numbers, and I don't have good news for you, Jamie.
No.
The worst part of the Lions team this year
Is Jared Goff?
Has been their pass blocking, actually. They're actually one of the lowest ranked teams when it comes to pass blocking. And on top of that, Jared Goff is averaging 2.58 seconds to throw the ball. You need some context there. That's 39th worst in the league. He's below 38 other starting quarterbacks when it takes time to throw the ball. Packers
So is that time to throw, like him hitting the ball out of his hand, or is that time to throw to pressure?
Snap to pass. Snap
Okay.
to pass. Receives ball snapped. How long does it take for that ball to be out of his hands?
I don't believe you.
Don't believe PFF. I'm just telling you what the people say.
I'm about to pull it up. Keep going.
All that leads me to say one thing. The Packers are going to be able to get some serious pressure on Jared Goff. Whether it's a dome game or not, I think this is going to be detrimental to the Detroit Lions. And I have the Packers at plus 125 winning this game and ruining Jamie's Thanksgiving early in the morning.
That would certainly ruin my Thanksgiving. Give me that stat again for time to throw for Jared Goff.
PFF has him at 2.58 seconds to throw, ranked 39th out of all.
So I have him ranked 25th.
Okay.
At 2.73 time to throw via NFL Pro.
Wow. That just tells you difference. Not good stat either way, but that means that they have a higher time to throw, but also a higher ranking.
That's always what you want out of your sports gambling handicap is like, I bet it. Maybe not a great stat, but what do you want out of me?
It's a great stat. I think I trust PFF. You don't trust PFF. That's where we've always disagreed. But I like sticking with my sources, and my sources are PFF.
So here's my take on the game, James. And I agree with you. Jared Goff is horrible. He's horrible. He's just bad. Badly bad at football. The Packers, like I said, very banged up. 3 DNPs on Tuesday. We're recording very early here on Wednesday morning. 10 limited in practice. The Lions had 5 DNPs, 7 limited in practice. So both teams very, very banged up. Like we already said, Goff under pressure has been Jared Goof this year, which hasn't been the case last year. He's actually regressed from his performance under pressure. Last 2 years, he was top 15 in the league, top 10 one year, and all the way back to 2021. That's how bad ranking-wise he is doing this year under pressure, just entirely regressed. I thought he had a kid. I thought you get better when you have a kid. You get dad strength, you get more brave, you play for your son or daughter. I think he had a daughter. Hasn't been the case so far for Jared Goof. He's been goofing up all over the field. Maybe get a night nurse. I don't know. Get some more sleep or something, because it ain't working for Jared Goff this year. I got good news for you, though, if you're backing the Lions in this one. Packers not great at QB pressure. They rank 14th in QB pressure rate this season, so just barely above average. On top of that, like I said, their cluster injuries. D tackle Carl Brooks, Lucas Van Ness, DNPs on Tuesday, and they have some linebackers and defensive secondary players limited in practice on Tuesday. And the defensive secondary for the Packers, I would say, is the weakest, least depth they have on their roster. And if you're going up against JMO, if you're going up against Jahmyr Gibbs, and if you're going up against Isaac Tesla, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, you're going to have some trouble if you are the Green Bay Packers defending this Lions offensive weaponry. All right. Lions, ultra motivated going into this one. They're a spike team. We saw that with the Commanders this year. They were talking about a post game. This is what was a legit revenge game for them going into this one, which we kind of all, as a Lions fan, even, I feel like that wasn't even a conversation with the media before the game was getting revenge against the Commanders from the embarrassment that happened last year in the divisional round of the playoffs. Playoff. This is also a revenge game from 2 years ago. So Lions last year beat the Bears. Remember when Caleb Williams ran the clock down to 0 instead of getting room for a field goal, had to throw a last second Hail Mary that wasn't planned, didn't go well. They lost the game because of it. Anyways, 2 years ago, Packers blow out the Lions, of course, at Detroit. Didn't look good. This is a rematch from 2 years ago. This is also a rematch from week 1, where the Lions probably get dealt their worst defeat so far this season. The only thing that worries me in this one is the Packers are the youngest roster in the NFL.
Ooh.
And of course, that would bode well for them to recover faster for a quick turnaround from Sunday to Thursday night. But I'm going to say that the injury report's going to trump that. And I've got a pretty good feel for the Lions injury report. And a lot of those guys that are limited are going to be playing. Terry Arnold's going to be playing. We might get Marcus Davenport back, so we'll actually have like 2 edge rushers on a roster. Shout out to Brad Holmes for that brilliant roster development there, where we had like 3 DNs on the roster. And now we've got a D tackle playing end opposite of Aiden Hutchinson, not going well. Anyways, and we could have got Jaleb Phillips for a 3rd-round pick. I'm not mad about it at all.
Aaron Donald's still out there.
He looks like he's in shape. Looks like he's having a good time. He took his shirt off on College game day. Did you see that?
I did. I don't think it's a College game day without Pat McAfee taking off his shirt at this point, though.
Not anymore, especially when he's as jacked as he is, because he didn't take his shirt off as much when he was fat, but now that he's jacked, he's taking his shirt off a lot.
He's got that trend money now. He's good to go.
Oh, yeah. He's on, as he says, he's on some science.
Oh, yeah.
As Pat McAfee says, which I don't blame him. He looks great. And apparently the WWE is okay with him getting on some science too. So shout out to Pat and shout out to Aaron Donald.
WWE using steroids? That doesn't sound like that organization at all.
Well, I mean, they took a couple of years break. A couple little things happened where we're like, hey, we're going to take a break from all these steroids. And we're going to get the boys maybe on some peptides. We're going to get the boys maybe on some HGH, some softer steroids that aren't going to make you do questionable decisions to your family and yourself. And I commend the WWE for that. Thank you, Vince McMahon. Thank you, Triple H. Thank you, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Anyways, what are we talking about here? We're talking about the Lions.
NFL.
I am worried that the Lions are an older team on average, because I have to mention that because that's going to be a big part of my next handicap.
Okay.
But with that being said, I think this is going to be a high motivation game for the Detroit Lions. I think they're going to somehow figure it out. I think the Packers are going to struggle pressuring Jared Goff, and their defensive secondary is going to have a big issue with this Lions offensive attack, because the Lions offense is relatively healthy outside of their offensive line. And if I know Lions offensive line, all those young men who are taking rests on Tuesday, me playing on Thursday, and that's just the way it goes if you're a Detroit Lions fan. So give me the Detroit Lions at -2.5, James.
Wow.
Age
doesn't matter when I'm handicapping it, unless it does matter in my handicap. Put that as a direct quote from Jamie Jakes. Right?
That's right. Put it on a t-shirt. All right. Now let's talk about ages with this one. The Chiefs at the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys are getting 3 or 3.5 points at home. They are home underdogs in this one. I wonder where James is going. Over under set to 51.5 or 52.5. This is a Thanksgiving Day game at 3:00. I will be watching Wicked for good. All right. It's only a 2-hour, 15-minute movie with my lovely wife, who's very pregnant, with my lovely father-in-law, with my lovely mother-in-law. Shout out to Susan Aries. I know you're watching right now. How's it going, Susan? What do you got in this one, James? Obviously, no weather so far that I have to cover.
No. And I'll tell you one thing. No one mourns the wicked. I'll tell you that.
No one mourns the wicked! Great
movie. Just make sure you're not sitting in a theater where 2 women talk the entire time, and you'll actually enjoy it. That was my Wicked experience.
that was way worse than what Natalie and Susan pitched last year. They're like, are we? So they're like musical, like theater. They're like, we're allowed to sing to this movie, right? And then nobody was singing in the theater that was packed for Wicked on like opening weekend. I was like, you can't sing, Natalie. You can't. You can't sing along to
Wicked. An Alamo Draft House approved sing along screening. Those ones are quite fun if you do want to belt it out. So, pro tip.
Pro tip, just go to Alamo Draft House, by the way. It's the best movie theater of all time. They bring you your treats. They have recliners that are usually not disgusting. It's a great time. They have great beer. It's a draft house, for goodness sake. And there's
They actually
location.
tell them to shut up if they're talking. That's even better.
Oh, yeah. You get to text somebody to be like, hey, this seat's
Movie
talking.
Movie
Reserved seats too. Oh, Alamo Draft House is the best. Anyways, Kansas City Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys.
I have a very interesting side prop bet that I do want to bet on for this game. Hopefully, one of the international books is watching this. Please put a lineup for this. I really think that Post Malone during his halftime show will change in Pour Me a Drink. Dallas lost another game in overtime to Dallas won another game in overtime because of last week. I think I would like to put a bet on that because I think that's a high possibility of occurring. Looking at what's going to actually happen on the field here, we have 2 top 10 offenses in the league on Thanksgiving Day. Let's just have some fun, folks. I'm taking the over here, over 52. I think both these teams are going to score a lot of points. I think it's going to be a fun watch.
What do we always say, James?
Got to stop the run. Got to run the ball.
Yep, but when we're looking for, like you mentioned, the overseas books, you gotta shop your lines.
Shop your lines.
Yeah, shop your lines. James, I got good news for you. You're taking over 52.
Yeah, I was.
I got a 51.5 for you. How do you like that?
Oh, boo.
What do you mean? I gave you a half point.
I'm just kidding.
You're booing because you bet it on Monday morning and you got a bad number.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry for that. Anyway, shop your lines. For the sake of the podcast, you're going to get 51.5. So congratulations to you.
I'm booing myself.
Thank you. Okay. So like I said, Chiefs are actually the third youngest team in the NFL, which I thought was pretty surprising. Cowboys are the 5th oldest team in the NFL. And on top of it, which makes it different from my noon handicap, is that the Chiefs are insanely healthy. And they have kind of been all season, which is kind of bullshit. But that's what the script writers are going to write. So there you go. Cowboys have some cluster injuries, especially at D end, which they're already pretty loose in the britches in that department because the Micah Parsons trade to the Packers will be playing at noon on the same day. So there you go. The NFL scriptwriters, just like last week, will not allow the Chiefs to go 6-6. They're currently 6-5. So a loss would get them down to 6-6. Cowboys defense is treading better, but that's not very impressive when you go from last to third worst in the NFL in defense in EPA per play. So that's the big difference in this game is the defense. So for that reason, I'm going to take the Chiefs and I'm going to take them at -3.
Wow.
Moving on to our next one. The Bears at the Eagles. It's a Friday night game or Friday afternoon game. The Eagles are 6.5 or 7-point favorites at home. The over-under set to 44 or 45.5. This is going to be a cold game. This is going to be a windy one. James, what do you got?
I thought you were going to go with blowout with that effect. We have the 11th and 12th ranked offenses coming into this game. But on the defensive side, we got the 10th defense and the 25th defense. And I think everyone at home knows which one's which on that scenario. These teams can score touchdowns, whether it's windy or not. And at 44.5, all you need to get is 6 touchdowns, maybe a kick or 2. I like the over in this game. It's Black Friday. Hopefully touchdowns are BOGOs. And I hope for a big, big number from both sides.
Over 44 points there for James is what he just picked. This is the fraud off, James. Which team is more fraudulent? Both, I believe, are 8-3 in record. Their average margin of victory. The Bears rank 29th in the NFL. The Eagles rank 27th. So they win by 2 points every single game. And they're both frauds because of it. They've only been winning close games for both of these teams. Bears have injuries, but not in key positions. Eagles' injury report includes Brandon Graham, Lane Johnson, Devontae Smith, Saquon Barkley, Reed Blankenship, Landon Dickerson. You know all those names, right, James?
Oh, yeah.
They're all either DNP or limited practice on Tuesday. Not good.
Not good at all.
Bears. Did PFF have Bears ranked the better offense versus the Eagles?
Don't remember which one was which on 11 and 12. I didn't look that heavily in, or I don't.
They were right next to each other. In Pro Football Focus, in EPA per play, which is the one I primarily will use, the metric I primarily use, the Eagles were the worser of the two.
Oh, they have Bears 12, Eagles 11. There you go.
Okay, so I have Bears a little bit ahead of the Eagles by a few spots, actually.
Wow.
The Eagles obviously have a better defense. This is a cold, windy game, like I said, and so would the point total would indicate that 44 points, not a bigly scoring game. That's 22-22 at the end of 4 quarters. It is going to be difficult to cover a 7-point spread when there's only 44 points scored in a whole game of football. And I know what you're thinking. Caleb Williams in the cold? How's he going to do? Is he going to be able to grip that ball? How big are his hands? 9 inches and 3 quarters. All right.
Hello.
This is a big hand, James. This is a big hand, right? You see that thing? It's pretty big, right?
We doing the old thumb to pinky where you really stretch it out for the NFL scouts.
Thumb to pinky. That's a 9-inch hand. That's what you're seeing right here. Caleb Williams has a whole other inch on top of his hand. So he's going to be able to throw the football. He's going to be able to grip it and rip it in the cold, in the blustery weather that they're going to have over there in Philadelphia. So give me the Bears and give me those 7 points. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Why are the Eagles 7-point favorites against anybody? They can't win by margin against anybody. James?
I think they got it.
Okay.
I don't really care about the margin because I just want them to score points.
Well, big hands, big points. So what do you want from me? All right. Next game on the slate, and everybody was getting in our DMs, leaving in the comments section on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter. Jamie, please handicap the Saints at the Dolphins. I've got good news for you. We threw it on the slate, so you're welcome. The Saints at the Dolphins in Miami. The Dolphins are 5.5 or 6.5 point favorites at home. The over-under is set to 41.5 or 42.5. This is going to be a Sunday noon game on our slate, and we got a chance of rain. Uh-oh. It's going to be pretty warm, though. I think it's going to be like 79, 80 at kick for this one is what the weather folks are projecting. What do you got on this one, James?
Well, a fun statistic for you here, Jamie. 100% of the time, boring games and exciting games pay out the same, no matter how much. That's crazy. So let's just say I'm the king of boring games so far this year because you last week said dead in the water that Titans game, and guess what happened? Worked out.
Punt return for a touchdown.
This is what they passionately call the bunny ranch. If you've ever been there, a good old fashioned suck off between these two. I think both these teams are atrocious. I don't know how on earth you could set the line anywhere close to what it is. I'm taking the Saints at plus 230. Somebody has to win this game. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm definitely taking the side that's plus 230.
Yep, like I said, it's going to be a rain one potentially, which obviously we already know Tua sucks in the weather, in any inclement weather. Tua is going to be horrible. I don't have to prove that to you, right, James?
I'm a Tua stan, but to be fair, in college, he never once played in a bad weather game.
Exactly. All right. Saints, Tyler Shuck, big guy, tall guy, old rookie, the oldest rookie in NFL history who has played for the Saints or whatever. I don't know. He's got big hands. See those 9 inches right there?
Ooh.
Same size as the Caleb Williams, his classmate. Or no, not his classmate. Anyway, you get it. 9 3/4 for Tyler Shuck. He's going to be able to spin it and rip it in the weather, in the inclement weather. Like you said, this is a suck off, right, James? Saints stink. I'll concede that point. They're horrible. But what about this Dolphins roster makes them deserving of a 6.5-point favorite against any team in the NFL? All right? Saints have a better defense. Dolphins have a better offense. So what about that makes this a 6.5-point spread? I'm going to slant agree with you here, and I'm going to take Saints at plus 6.5.
Oh,
So that's one agreement.
Week. Oh, I hope that's our lock of the week. Whatever you pick for this final game, I have the opposite.
It's going to have to be. We're going to have to go Saints plus 6.5. I can't wait. I'm going to be at the edge of my seat noon on a Sunday, nursing a hangover, eating leftovers, watching the Saints just barely lose to the Dolphins by 3 points and covering for us. That's what we're hoping for. All right. Anyways, Bills, Steelers, America's game of the week, Sunday at 3:30. Steelers are getting 3.5 or 4 points at home. The over-under is set to 47.5. James, what do you got on this one? Oh, cold. Very cold.
Cold.
Very cold. Very brisk. Just like it is here in Dallas this morning. Even brisker it will be in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Chance of rain as well. Small chance. James, what do you got on this one?
Well, outside of shopping our lines, what's the other thing that we always say on this podcast, Jamie?
You about what do you got to do to win?
Yeah.
You got to be able to run the ball. You got to be able to stop the run.
Bills, worst part of their defense, run game.
Yep.
Steelers, best part of their offense, run game. It's going to be a classic. Mike Tomlin, control the game, run the ball. Going to be low scoring, I bet. But I think more importantly, and what I'm more confident in, is that the Steelers are going to somehow walk away with a win at home here. Give me the Steelers at plus 170 at home in the frigid cold.
The frigid cold on paper, as the Dynasty Cat will join us here in the corner of the screen. Oh, she's just out of the corner of the screen.
Oh, man.
You see her. You see her. Meatloaf, the Dynasty Cat.
Guy. What the heck? Just out of frame. What are we doing here?
I try my best. You're my producer.
First, Jamie, come on.
I gotta fire my producer. She didn't set my camera up correctly this morning. So shame on her. Anyways, I totally agree with you on this one, by the way. There's no real reason, like statistically, other than the run matchup, that the Steelers should be even close to the Bills in this one, except when you factor in you got Mike Tomlin as a home underdog, and you got Rodgers potentially putting a turtleneck on and running out of the tunnel here for America's game of the week, primetime game, basically, with a left broken arm in a turtleneck. You're going to bet against Mike Tomlin in primetime, Aaron Rodgers in primetime with a turtleneck, with hand warmers in his little sleeve thing. How could you bet against that, James? You can't. You simply can't. Right? So there's really no reason statistically to even think that this would be a close spread. But you got to bet the Steelers at plus 4 points.
Uh-oh.
I think we take Saints plus 6.5 as our best bet of the week. Our best bet of the week, by the way, was red hot. I think we were like 5 or 6 in a row hitting. Yep. And then we pushed last week or the prior week. And then last weekend, we had the over. Baker Mayfield goes down.
Mayfield's left arm ruined the lock of the week.
That certainly didn't help. But this week, if Shuck goes down, we get the Rattler. All right?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
So what could go wrong?
If Tua goes down, we get Quinn Ewers. So,
ooh,
that's even better for us.
It's even better for us. Yeah, I'm in. Saints plus 6.5 is our best bet of the week, and I feel really good about it. When I saw that spread, I was like, huh?
Yeah.
And then I looked more into it, and I was like, huh? Got even higher.
America. We find the boring games that pay out well.
Yeah, love that one. I love this slate. Didn't like last slate personally. That's why it didn't go well. That's my cope. That's my excuse.
Right.
Love this one. Now I don't have any excuse.
This week on this slate, do you have another excuse or?
No excuse. Don't need one. Lions are going to win for me. Lions are going to win and cover for me. The Chiefs are going to get some help from the referees. at 3:30 while I'm watching Wicked. I think the Bears are going to cover. Eagles are frauds. Landon Dickerson's probably not going to play. That's not good. Yeah, and then Tua's going to suck, and Aaron Rodgers is going to figure out a way to hand the ball off to win.
A Haley Steinfeld fan is going to come kneecap Josh Allen on the sidelines.
Could happen. Could happen to anybody. James, happy Thanksgiving to you. Am I going to see you at the gym today?
I will be on a flight very, very soon. So that is why we have done this early morning podcast to begin with, because I have to go out to the West Coast to go eat some turducken.
Oh, that's right. You already said that.
Yeah. Eat a W.
Eat a W. You're not going to eat a W against me. I'm going to go 7 versus 6 to you after this week. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe to the channel. If you are following us, give us a large sample size. Give us 3 weeks. Track one of us, track both of us, whatever you want to do. If at the end of those 3 weeks you are poor because of us, leave a comment, unsubscribe, tell us we suck. And if we win, I imagine you'll stick with us. So thank you guys for watching live here on a special early morning broadcast of the What Are We Talking About Gambling pod. Any last words for the viewers, James?
Enjoy your turkey day. Enjoy your time with loved ones. And, of course, enjoy all the extra cash that I have just provided you.
Thank you. Good morning, and you're welcome.